Bante ni hao, washu hao yon. Hello everyone. Today I'll be giving a sharing on what I believe this passage, although it's not from the Jingya Dharma book, it's a passage Bante has given to us. And this passage is called The Merits of Actual Practice and Guidance, Review of the Whole Year 2025. And I'm going to reflect on this passage and I believe this passage means. So it's very clear that the start of 2025 wasn't very easy, especially for me because I was moving into middle school, or at least officially moving into middle school. I was in year 7. I had to figure out the entire school grounds now because I had to move all over the school. I had new electives, new teachers, and in some ways, a whole entire new marking system. And another thing that really changed during 2025 was AI. AI used to be something like ChatGPT, but now there's things like Sora AI. AI that can create realistic videos, that can trick you, that can trick your parents, that can trick anyone. Now, sometimes when I see a video, I question, is this real or is this fake? I can't tell anymore. It's so scary. And although AI may seem helpful, it's a useful tool, let's say, when you're a doctor and studying for medicine in a university. Yeah, that's a very useful tool. But is there any actual beneficial uses to make you grow yourself? Does it help you grow your brain capacity? I don't think so. Does it help you grow your intelligence or your IQ? Not really. It just helps you be lazy. So is it really that good? And the smart people in 2025 already realize that AI will replace many human jobs. And I used to think that was a fantastic thing. AI robots taking over the bad jobs like cleaning. But then I realized, wait, they're going to take over more jobs than we could deal. We're just going to become lazy. We're going to become forgotten. We're not a tool anymore. We have no use. We're just lazy, doing nothing. And I only realized this after meeting Bante and talking to Bante a lot. And I realized how bad AI really is. And a Disney movie about this is WALL-E. And I'm not sure if it's Disney, it might be Sony, or Pixar, but basically in this world, all the humans had got on a ship, and now they're just in these seats that can fly around everywhere, and even when they're playing golf, they don't do it themselves, they control a robot that plays golf for them. They never get out of their seats, they don't even have to eat, they can just have this drink which gives them all the calories and the flavors they like, but they don't have to use the effort to eat. Is that a good thing? Do you want to end up like that? I don't think so, and that's what will happen one day if AI keeps on progressing like this and people take it in like it's a benefit, even though in some ways it is so wrong and so negative. And we witness many cycles of birth and death, witness things appearing and disappearing, and it helps us witness suffering. This year I witnessed a fair bit of suffering. Something I hate a lot when I visit Malaysia is all the stray dogs and cats, because they're so cute and then they make all these cute noises of pain, and it makes me really feel bad inside, and makes me also realize how grateful I should be that I have so much, yet do so little when you think about it. And people are so fake now. They have emotions, their emotions, inner feelings and thoughts. You don't see them, no. You just see this fake smile, happy face, laughter. They don't actually show their real emotions because they're scared to now, or they're hiding behind this mask. Everything now is fake. People are even getting breast implants, lip implants, and it's so wrong. They can't live with themselves and they're not willing to change themselves. They just get some superficial thing to change themselves, and I find it absolutely ridiculous that they can't express themselves. And yes, we shouldn't show our anger in the middle of public. That's probably over expressing. And yes, you're expressing yourself, but you're also being disrespectful. So we need to know that fine line, that balance, and where we need to head and what path we need to stay on. And there are so many superficial connections. Now, when I'm on, let's say, an app like YouTube or even just a website, I see ads that are insane. It's like saying things like, my AI girlfriend is way better than your real girlfriend because it is unrealistically attractive. And of course it is. But now people are having AI girlfriends and it's getting so much more popular. And shallow religious beliefs are also another way that people escape reality. They use it to pray, they sing, a bit like Christianity. For me, Christianity is a very shallow religion. It doesn't go very deep, and if you truly think about it, in my opinion, it makes no sense at all. They just sing and then apparently all their problems go away just with a snap of their fingers. And the bonds between siblings have faded over time. Siblings are becoming worse and worse and more negative to each other, especially with double fire coming in the year of 2026. I've actually even seen it with me and Hypatia. We've got a bit more negative towards each other, yet still we are so much better than all the other siblings around us. And our change since meeting Bunte has been amazing. We used to be good, really good for Western standards. Now we're very, very, very good for Western standards. Not only mentally, but also physically and spiritually. And especially the spiritually part, because many Westerners have no spiritual at all. They have no anything to do with spiritual. So the fact that we have a good balance of spiritual, physical, mental with stuff like music and all that is really good. And a bit of a yearly reflection of this year and the improvements I've made is basically pretty simple. They're all really simple things. For example, now I make my bed every morning, and I used to do that every now and then, make my bed, but I'll just be throwing the covers over it. But now it's a full making, tucking the sheets in, tucking the blanket in, organizing everything properly, and I do this every day, no matter what day it is. Also waking up at 5 o'clock. I've always wanted to do it, and this year I have managed to do it. Not every single weekday, but a lot of weekdays. Maybe not even majority. Maybe, yes, majority, but they're around 5 to 5:30, but it's a huge improvement compared to where I was before, as well as my improved sense of being clean. I wanted to be more clean. I used to have a very dirty underneath my bed. Now it's extremely clean. You can see right through it, and I got an extremely clean room. And over the years, it got cleaner to where it's at this stage now where it is extremely clean. And I really enjoy it. And like sometimes Hypatia comes into my room to do her homework because my room is cleaner and has more room. And my grades has also improved. Technically, they mark us harder when we get into year 7 than in year 6. So in some ways it should have gone down, but it improved so much. Last year I got maybe a fair few B's, a fair few A's, 1 D. This year I got 11 A pluses and 9 A's. No B, C, D's, E's or F's or whatever. Only A's, which of course is a huge improvement. And I'm kind of proud, but of course there's always improvement in those 9 A's. And I've also had a strengthened connection with my social life through hockey, and playing hockey has definitely been really good. I've had much more friends in hockey than I had in soccer, and I've also been able to share many things with my friends. For example, some of my closest friends, 5 of them, have bracelets now, the bracelets Bunte gives everyone, and some of them have those ribbon dancing things, and possibly some of them now are going to get some of those blessed stones. So that's really cool, and Most of them appreciated them. Well, they all appreciated it. One lost their bracelet, but still, they all appreciated it. And I also gave them love and compassion t-shirts, which has been a really cool way to strengthen my family and friends connections. And there's also been some kind of negative things. For example, my obsession with perfection. And that's not necessarily negative, but it can go too overboard. For me, it comes in like waves, I guess you could say. Sometimes I'm fine at the place I am, but then I go like, oh no, I have to be better, I have to be better, I have to be better. I'm not sitting perfectly, I'm not standing perfectly, I'm not breathing perfectly. And this whole mental breakdown from teenager hormones. So I need to try and get that in check, keep that controlled, and not have those emotional fluctuations. And my tendency to overlook simple, easy things. The thing was, with my grade, I could have got maybe 15 A pluses and 5 A's, but I didn't because I got the highest possible grade on all the very hard stuff, but I overlooked the easy stuff, like making a graph properly, designing all my posters properly, putting pictures on all my PowerPoint presentations. All these easy things I couldn't get, but I could get the hard stuff that most people, majority of the people, couldn't get. And these are just some areas I can work on. And hopefully we should be able to recognize our change through the year. And I definitely think I've recognized my change and our studies, our progress, our habits, our temper. How much have they changed? And our efforts, our laziness, our successes, our failures. One area where I've had a lot of success in is running. Running, I've got so much better. I used to run 21:51 for 5k. Now I'm running 20:39 for 5k. That's more than a minute's improvement in a year, which is pretty good. And also my hockey. I have always loved hockey until I started going like, oh my god. And then I got really good. I got really good at the game, especially for a beginner. A lot of it was talent. Most people thought it was talent, but I thought it was hard work because a lot of the time when I had free time, I'd just go outside and practice hockey. And yes, I think that's what helped me improve, and my coach recognized it too, so I got an award and a trophy for it. And also, mentally, I think I've improved a lot. My mental ability, my mental capability to go much further. For example, sitting down in meditation. Well, I have once or twice sat down for an hour without opening my eyes. But when I say I didn't open my eyes, I might as well be running with my eyes closed. It wasn't really meditation, but I have started to be able to close my eyes and actually focus for longer periods of times. And I've been able to focus on a certain subject for longer periods of times. For example, when I went to the Hermitage, I was able to focus for the how many days we were there doing the 4 elements. And I'm incredibly grateful for that teaching and incredibly grateful that I was able to apply my mind to it. Although, to be fair, sometimes I got distracted by the monkeys there. They're so cool. I don't know why Malaysia gets monkeys. We only got kangaroos and stuff. And then, every time we hit a bottleneck, do we immediately shift our focus? Focus and just improve. Don't get distracted, or do we let ourselves go into the danger, indulge ourselves, dragging it out for several more hours, minutes, months, whatever, and then we create many negative consequences, apologize, then we're forgiven, then we do it again. Like, what are we doing? We can't do this. We need to do it and not go back to square one. Square one is wrong. And a new chance to start fresh is something that a lot of people don't take seriously. So when we enter into 2026, we should definitely start taking these opportunities seriously. Bante, I hope you are safe, well, and happy. Please remember to stay strong, stay safe, and I hope all the Tong shows have a good Christmas, I guess, or Boxing Day. I'm not sure if people there celebrated. But yeah, have a good new year. Sisia Bante, Sisia Tong Show, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.